Welcome to the Genesis of the Doctor podcast, where we're taking a journey to the time and space of the history of Doctor Who. I'm Tris.
And I'm Joy.
And for today's episode, we're watching the third and fourth serials of Season 13, with Pyramids of Mars and the Android Invasion. So, nowadays we got at least one of these episodes is very iconic.
Yeah.
Well, iconic, it leads to an infamous story. Yeah, I'll go with iconic.
Yeah. I definitely liked Sutekh in Pyramids of Mars, and he's definitely not anywhere near as interesting when he comes back later.
Which is so interesting, because the whole premise of bringing him back in the modern era was seemingly to flesh him out and make him more interesting, but it kind of just did the entire opposite of that.
Yeah. It's kind of like Russell T Davies is just writing bad fan fiction of Pyramids of Mars.
It's unfortunate because the idea behind Sutekh here and the Osirans, it's actually really fascinating how it plays into lore here, and the idea of these entities being revered as gods when they're not literally gods. They might as well be, but it's a fascinating story how it's played out originally here, of taking Egyptian mythology, but it turns out it's actually aliens, and it's world threatening.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot more similar to the Satan Pit than it is Empire of Death.
Yes, Satan Pit is actually a great comparison.
Yeah.
You even have all the possession going on. Yeah, exactly, actually.
And we have the same voice actor there too, so
Oh, that's
works
true. So this story is fascinating, though. I think the setup, the use of the characters, and how, as is kind of usual at this point, the Doctor and Sarah Jane kind of just bumble into the events and are now just interwoven into it all and have to stay.
Yeah. I do find it funny how every single supporting character in this dies, which is a little funny.
Yeah,
Nobody survives until the end.
That does not really happen much in this.
Yeah.
In this show. Normally there's at least one supporting character that lives, but I actually don't know how I feel about all the supporting cast in this. You even have one, the brother, working really closely with the Doctor, and he not only still messes things up, he still gets killed.
Yeah. And it's kind of just because he doesn't want to believe his brother is dead. That's what gets him killed.
Even though he has all the signs.
Yeah. It is kind of funny though that he gets invited into the TARDIS and everything, and that he still just dies.
Yeah,
kind
Lawrence literally went through the TARDIS. He experienced a bit of time travel. He was the temporary companion for the story, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, he just dies in episode 3, I think.
Yep.
It's not even at the finale of it.
And it's very unceremonious as well. They come back and find him dead. We have the scene of him and his brother where he's trying to convince him, but I don't he doesn't even die in a sacrifice to save the Doctor or help anyone. It's a little sad, and it makes you wonder why they kept him around as long as they did if they were just gonna kill him off like that.
Yeah. I did like the scene though of him talking to his brother and
I did.
Almost getting through to him.
It was good, but I felt like it should have happened much earlier.
Yeah.
When they first found out about everything. Because otherwise, he really didn't do much.
Yeah. Just kind of got in the Doctor's way a little bit, essentially.
Mm-hmm. But
technically there is one survivor of the story, which was just the guy that helped open the tomb, who ran off immediately. Apparently in the novelization they established that he also died though.
Oh, okay. So, typical
he ran off
mummy
and then
shenanigans.
the guy that was in the mansion like killed the people at the tomb,
Oh,
and then went to the mansion and was like there playing the piano.
fair enough, I suppose. One of Sutekh's followers, very strangely handled, I think.
Yeah. I did like, I bring Sutekh's gift of death with him, but it is a little weird how he just, you kind of get the impression he's supposed to be the villain, and then he just dies immediately.
Yeah. Both Naaman, and Marcus Scarman are both kind of. They definitely represent that same kind of idea they brought back later on of the bringing Sutekh's gift of death, but
Yeah.
they don't. It's kind of weird how little they actually do.
Yeah. A lot of the supporting cast don't really do much. Really, Lawrence is the only one that does something.
Yeah, well, Lawrence or Marcus?
Or Lawrence. Although Marcus obviously is, the villain of the story.
Yeah, I would say Marcus is the villain, but I feel like as a character, he doesn't do much other than be the voice of Sutekh for so long.
Yeah.
Because most of the things that happen, he's giving orders to the robots to do.
Yeah. And he's just like the middleman for Sutekh, is all he is.
Yeah.
Because Sutekh can't get out of his chair.
Is he stuck?
I do think it's telling that Sutekh can be like such an iconic character, and the only thing he does in this entire story is sit in a chair. It's a very well done character, where he's so iconic even though he doesn't do much.
Yeah. I think it's because in this story the threat is less so Sutekh himself and the threat of his return.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably why RTD wanted to explore the idea of what if Sutekh himself was finally the threat.
Yeah. Although even then he's just sitting on the TARDIS the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think they had a lot of ideas with the story. Everything with the mummies and the sarcophagus and the way they like really played into a lot of like lore and mythology, I think was really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just a disconnect with how little so much of the supporting cast actually does. That I almost feel like it would have been more interesting if the Doctor and Sarah Jane found this this abandoned mansion from history with all the stuff in it, and they accidentally triggered the events and then had to stop it.
Yeah. Could have been an interesting idea there. Especially since
yeah, go ahead.
They established that this is the unit base, but before it became the unit base.
Mm-hmm. It just bothers me that there's so many supporting characters that their only purpose, despite how much focus we got on them, was another one dies.
Yeah.
And I get in general storytelling, when writing a story, that's used to like add tension, that's used to make the stakes feel higher. But in Doctor Who, where that kind of already happens a lot, where like random supporting cast members die because of the threat of the alien, it doesn't carry that same weight to me, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Especially because like there's even like nameless characters that show up and die.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and it's not like these people only get like one scene and they die in that scene. They get like multiple scenes. They keep coming back, but like they ultimately don't do anything.
Yeah. I did like the scene though when Marcus gets shot and then you get like the smoke going back into his body and then he kills the guy.
that was pretty cool, actually. I do agree.
Well,
that was cool.
It's weird how that character was like around for like an episode or two and then that's all they do.
Yeah. Like, even if it was like the Doctor and everyone that was on the estate escaped together and they came up with plans and they disagreed and went separate ways or whatever, even that would have added more to all that, I think. But
yeah,
it's kind of just a lot of nameless inaction.
Yeah, pretty much.
That being said, I like it. I like the story.
Yeah. They really just wanted to have Sutekh be the god of death, so they had to kill a bunch of people, I guess.
I guess so. I guess so. It is really fascinating to see how he's handled in this story versus how he's handled in modern era when he finally comes back. Because this really
Yeah.
is like the start of it all. The start of, the Doctor dealing with gods of any kind. Even before they're technically gods.
Yeah, and I really loved like the whole long discussion he has with the Doctor when the
Mm,
Doctor goes to see him in person and they're talking about their differences and
yeah.
everything.
It's fascinating. It's a really good scene for them, actually.
I did find Tom Baker's explanation when he gets shot very funny though. It's just like a very funny for like the cliffhanger, I think it was. It's funny.
There's a lot of little funny moments. I'm
Yeah.
surprised Sarah Jane is just suddenly really really good with a gun.
Yeah, that was definitely odd.
Like
You
she
expect
just
them to have
has.
just like a line of when she used a gun before, but like no,
Did they?
she can just do it. I would say you would expect them to, but they didn't.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. No, they literally like don't go into that at all. But she's like an
Yeah,
expert marksman for some reason. That's it's a little strange for like a what, like a
that doesn't
24
seem
year old
like
journalist.
it doesn't seem like something she'd be good with.
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of a key point. So
Yeah, this is also one of the episodes that kind of causes issues with the unit dating stuff, where Sarah Jane says she's from 1980, but that doesn't make
yeah,
sense
I did catch that.
because like the invasion was supposed to be 1979, I believe. So how can all of that be from like the entire Third Doctor era was in 1 year? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a
It
little
doesn't make
strange.
sense. I did like though the scene of when they go to the future and then they show that like Sutekh destroyed the world if we don't stop him.
Yeah, I really like when they do that. Which of course, we get when dealing with the gods again in modern era with
Yeah.
Maestro.
Yep.
It's a good bit of storytelling, and the way they handled it is really cool too.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
think
explain why they can't just leave.
I think it's a little strange to have to explain that to Sarah Jane though, given that she's already been traveling with him for like at least one full season now, if not
Yeah.
two full seasons. It's a little weird to have to explain to her now why you can't just leave. At least like in modern era, it was like one of Ruby's first adventures, so that made sense to have to explain that.
Yeah.
But
I guess
yeah,
I haven't really gone to the past though with Sarah yet. Like there was the Centauran episode, but
hmm
otherwise she's going to the future, I think.
yeah, I
We
guess
haven't
that's
really
fair. It has mostly been
haven't had
future
historicals.
stories.
Although even then, we had Planet of Evil, where the Duck's like, no, we can't leave because they might destroy the universe.
Yeah, I think it's just Sarah Jane also felt inconsistent in this story. She calls plot
Yeah.
holes. She is apparently an expert marksman. She suggests they leave despite 2 seasons of traveling with the Doctor prior to this, knowing very well she can't just do that. It's a little weird, her writing here.
Yeah. I will also note though that when the Doctor puts on the mummy costume, the director actually made Tom Baker do that himself.
Oh,
it's not
that's
it's not
funny.
like us somebody else because the director felt like his body language would be important to have there, and he was very upset at being made to actually do it. He didn't want to do
I
it.
don't blame him. Those look really complicated to move around in, and I don't think
Yeah.
there's much body language to convey in those suits.
Yeah. It's a bit funny though that he had to do it.
It is. It is honestly pretty funny.
And Gabriel Wolf also did the voice of Horace in the final episode. It's also him.
Oh, okay.
It did kind of sound the same, a little bit.
How do we
I did
feel
also like
about? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
at the beginning when Sarah Jane finds the dress and then the Doctor says, "Hello, Vicky," and then he changes that to Victoria moments later, almost like he's
Yeah,
forgotten that those are two separate people.
yeah. I was gonna say, how do we feel about the references to classic companions, even though the references were kind of wrong?
Yeah. And then I found it funny when I watched the Tales of the TARDIS one, and then they just cut that whole conversation out of it.
Huh. Yeah, I imagine the Tales of the TARDIS kind of trims down some of these and cut some scenes out.
Yeah, because in the Tales of the TARDIS one, it's like a full half hour shorter. So they cut out a lot of the dialogue here and there.
Oh, okay.
The other big change is that the time tunnel effect is just the 15th Doctor's time vortex, which is very weird.
That is
It's just
really
like
strange.
they just straight up took the time vortex from there, which I guess is to explain that, like, well, Sutekh was in the time vortex, even though people were saying that he wasn't, because a time tunnel is a different thing. So in Tales of the TARDIS, they changed it, so he was definitely sent into the time vortex.
To have an explanation for how he grabbed onto the TARDIS and just stayed on it.
Yeah. This is also the only Classic Who story where they go to Mars, even though it's only very briefly. We never actually go to Mars in Classic Who. Otherwise.
Huh.
Like, we have met Martians, but it's always on Earth when we're meeting them.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I didn't even think about that. Even though, yeah, the presence of them on Mars is kind of inconsequential, since most of the stories on Earth and in the Egyptian pyramid.
Yeah, it's just, well, there's just a pyramid on Mars that we have to go to, even though it could have technically just been another spot on Earth, for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
The only relevance is that the Doctor is like, well, I mean, it will take a while for the signal to get to Earth, so we can just quickly go there and stop Sutekh anyways.
Yeah.
It's also the first time they have been in a real country outside of the UK on Earth since Enemy of the World, even though it's only for, like, one scene at the beginning where they go to Egypt.
Yeah, they surprisingly don't do too much there.
Yeah.
Even though it's actually pretty important. But that's
I
where
will say I found, like, the set of the outside of the tomb was just so bad. It was, like, very obviously not a tomb entrance.
Yeah, that one was pretty rough.
The interior was better, though.
Oh,
And
the
I guess that's what
interior
matters
was
more.
fine.
It's just when they're outside of it, it's just, like, very clearly, not dusty or anything.
Yeah.
Very clearly a constructed set.
They could have, gotten a bunch of fake cobwebs and all that to put all over everything, but no.
Yeah. I do also find it funny that Sarah Jane keeps thinking the Doctor's dying in front of her. Like, that happens again here.
They do keep doing that.
They did that a lot with the third Doctor with her. And they're doing it with the fourth Doctor now, too.
It's just a running thing. She thinks he's gonna die, I guess.
I did like how she's, like, crying into his jacket this time, though, and then he taps her on the back of the head and she's scared.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah. Also, the subtitles were very bad on BBC iPlayer. They were so inaccurate for the subtitles.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
I bought a VPN because I wanted subtitles, and then we're getting bad subtitles. I don't think I had a lot more written down about this one.
The only other thing I have written down is I kind of wish they used some sort of effect for the force field.
Yeah. Instead, people just walk into it.
Yeah. I think the lack of some actual effect means a couple of the times it looks kind of scuffed. Like, the actual border isn't really well defined, and they definitely walk... Yeah, they definitely walk, like, past it at some points. It makes it hard as a viewer to visualize it, because they're not very consistent with where it is.
Yeah.
I think they could have done with some sort of visual effect or some sort of, like, even if it was like, oh, look, like, in the ground, there's, like, a line in the ground because of it. Like, something to mark it, basically.
Yeah, probably would have been better. I guess they were kind of just figuring that, like, they had enough special effects for, like, other things. They just didn't bother with it.
So.
I
How
did
do we
like though that
feel? Yeah,
uh,
good.
Sarah Jane mentions Exelon when they're in the pyramid on Mars, so it
Yes.
reminds her of when they were there.
Yeah,
And then the Doctor uses his scarf as a ruler. That was good too.
that is fun. That is fun. I do like that he gets to do. He knows the exact length of his scarf.
Yeah. And then there's the one of us always lies and one of us tells the truth part.
That was a fun puzzle. Yeah. I do like that. I do like that it was just a bunch of puzzles that weren't like ridiculously hard to solve.
Yeah.
A little concerning there.
Yeah. I guess they figured since it's on an uninhabited planet, it doesn't have to be too difficult.
So, how did we feel about the actual resolution of ending Sutekh? The execution of that.
It did feel a little rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, oh, he got everything he wanted, but we just figured out a way to stop him anyways.
Yeah. To me, the way it's done makes me feel like the Doctor could have saved a lot of time of just waiting for the moment Sutekh is released and then trapping him anyway.
Yeah.
Since it seemed like he knew how it was going to be done.
Yeah. And then we
You
find out
know,
that that didn't actually stop him.
yeah, it didn't. It didn't. Oops.
I guess he figured that Sutekh would die in there, though, but then it didn't
Yeah.
happen. And then the 15th Doctor just basically did the same thing. But it
Yeah,
actually
which
did
means
kill him this time.
he could always just come back again. Didn't actually die once again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Overall, I think this was a fun story. I was, despite like me bringing up a bunch of like problems with it, I did actually really enjoy the story, and I was definitely like invested in everything that was going on with it and figuring out how it all played out. I did really enjoy this story, despite the things I
Yeah.
brought up about it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. It was a good time.
Now that brings me to the next episode, the android invasion, and I think I have more complicated feelings about this one. But how did you feel coming off of this episode, this story?
Yeah, I would say I probably have complicated feelings too. I would say I overall enjoyed it, but there definitely some odd choices. I think like when you find out that like they're not actually on Earth and it just feels like they're on an alien planet, it feels a bit weird how they handle all that.
So, I think this is a story that could have used at least one more episode.
Yeah.
I think the first half is really strong. The first half of the story and how it sets up the android clones and how they're not even really on Earth, and the Doctor and Sarah Jane working together to figure this out while separated for a good portion of it, is really well done. I think there's a lot of really cool things going on with it, including how you even see, oh, Harry and Benton are here, but they're also not them. What could be going on here?
Yeah.
And the slow realization of it's not that they like already invaded this town and took over this town. It's they're not even on Earth. There's a lot of really good moments in the first half of the story. But in the second half, I think it really like falls on its face. And I don't think the last episode is very good at all, actually.
Yeah. I think like the idea of the village like they slowly figure out stuff is wrong here. Like, finding out that all the money is from the same, like it was all printed at the same time, and then like the dartboard what hasn't been used. So like so much stuff is weird here.
Yeah.
But then after we get out of the town, it's just a bit more of a generic story that doesn't really have anything interesting.
Yeah. Like it reminded me a lot of like modern stories like the 12 and Bill with the monks and they're in like the simulated one. Like they're in the simulated world, or the God Complex with Matt Smith and they're dealing with the Minotaur in like the hotel. Like there's a lot of little things like mysteries that play up in this story that are really really good, and I don't think it unfortunately I don't think it culminates into anything good.
Yeah.
I think At first, I thought the crawls were like messed up Suntarans. They look and sound like
Yeah,
them until you really see them. But like when you only see part of them for the first like 2 episodes, they seem
they
like
definitely look
Suntarans.
very Centauran-like.
Mm-hmm.
Especially one that's like looking through the wall at the one spot. It's like
Yes.
you could see a Centauran there.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was a Suntaran from the first time. Um, there's a lot of weird inconsistencies with the story that, like, I really love the idea of, oh, there's even android clones of Sarah Jane and the Doctor. But I don't think they
Yeah,
did anything interesting with those.
yeah. Because the Doctor figures out it's a robot Sarah Jane immediately. Doesn't take him long.
And
I
and the
the
one
the way he
time Sarah
figures
Jane
out,
encounters the one time she encounters the Doctor's android, she also figures it out immediately.
yeah, I did like how the Doctor figures out that Sarah Jane is not real.
Yeah.
Where like he gives her ginger beer, and earlier she said she hates the stuff, and now she
Yep.
likes it.
Yep. Which
It does make you wonder though, like they captured her without her scarf, and then the robot has a scarf somehow,
yeah.
which doesn't make the most sense.
I mean, they made it sound like it's based on memory print, right? So it's
I
like
guess.
it has their memories up to a certain point, which to me feels strange then that they act out of character as a tell. Because if they have
Yeah,
the memories, they should know. It'd be one thing if it's just they can't emote the same way or line delivery kind of thing, but like knowing what they like and dislike, I feel like that one they shouldn't be able to slip up.
yeah.
And the other question, of course, is did they go into how they were able to clone like all the unit soldiers and everyone before they even got there?
I think it was supposed to be pulled from like the one guy's memories
Okay, it was pulled from his
somehow.
memories. Okay.
It's weird how he like knew all these people that he probably would have like only vaguely interacted with though.
Yeah. Like even like the person who was on guard, they made a big deal about that one as a recurring guy.
Yeah,
Like the unit guard, that felt a little strange.
yeah. Because like they made the whole town out of his memories, and then I guess he
Right.
just also knew every single person that lived there, and also every single person at the base.
Which is weird because most of them were only stationed there because of his return, as we learned.
Yeah, including like the general, who I guess maybe they just copied the general real quick and then sent down the fake one, or maybe the general was from the guy's memories.
Mm-hmm.
And like normally the brigadier would have been there instead.
Yep. It's why there was even the office for him. But no.
Yeah,
He they didn't actually explain where he was. I mean, in the fake world they claimed, oh, he's in Geneva, but where was
yeah.
he actually? Who knows?
It's so funny at the end when Crayford just never realized that he had both eyes the whole time. Like at no point in time did he like accidentally move the
The eye
eye
patch.
patch. And he
Yeah.
also just never realized that, like, oh, I actually am seeing something behind this eye patch. It's so funny. Not really well thought out
It's
there.
very silly. It's not well thought out, and it made me lose a lot of respect for what they were building up for his character.
Yeah.
Like, especially when he's just like, "Oh no, it's okay. They're not gonna kill." Excuse me. They're not gonna kill anyone. They're just gonna take over the entire northern hemisphere. And I'm thinking, like, so where like most of the Earth's population is,
Yeah.
or like half the population is. That's how do you figure that when they're only just gonna do that? Like,
Yeah.
definitely not well thought out in terms of his brainwashing, because surely he would have had some more confusion about all of that, but he didn't.
Yeah. I definitely feel like
No,
it's a good story when they're in the town, and then unfortunately once they leave the town, it's just there's just a lot
yes.
weird about it.
Yeah, no, I think everything in the town, first half of the story, really good build up, really good
Yeah.
characterization, really good like writing. across the board. I think the way the mysteries play out, the way it's all gets revealed, like, and it comes together, really really well done. Character performances, especially by the androids, are really good too. Be like the way they feel so unsettling. All of
Yeah.
that's really really well done. Then we get to the end of the story, and you realize, oh, the appearance of Harry and Benton is actually entirely pointless. It didn't have to be them. That could have been anyone else, and now they feel really underutilized in this story.
Yeah.
Um, which I'm sure
I,
we'll get more into.
I know the actors felt similar about their characters, that like Ian Marter had no idea why Harry would even be there.
Yeah,
Because like he's the doctor, why would he even be there?
yeah.
He's the medical officer. I guess maybe they thought Crayford would maybe need a medical
check
officer.
on Crayford. Need a medical checkup after being stuck in space for 2 years. But like, I don't know. It's still a mess.
Yeah.
I did realize Benton now goes by Mr. Benton because he got promoted again. So they're not
Yeah, I
ignoring
guess.
his rank. His rank just, I think it's like warrant officer. They don't call you WO or warrant officer. They just Mr. is how you're referred to, which I thought felt disrespectful. I said that in an earlier episode, but evidently it's not. So my bad there.
Yeah.
um, but like the use of Harry and Benton felt entirely random. It felt like they just had them available, so hey, let's get you in for one last cameo. But they were entirely
Yeah.
underutilized, and the use of the big point of making the Doctor into one of the androids didn't actually culminate into anything, other than let's get someone that can look like Tom Baker from behind, and we had them fight each other. It didn't actually end up meaning anything that the Doctor was also an android now, other
Yeah.
than, oh, we can prank Sarah Jane again by killing the Doctor in front of her. No, it turns out it was the android that died. That was the only purpose that served. And then in that moment, I realized they don't actually stop the threat. They only kill one of the Kralls. There were more of them there.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
only
guess.
one went on the ship with them, but like the original like planet they were on, the original intent, there was like more than one of them involved in what was going on.
Yeah. I guess you just have to hope off screen they just went and stopped them. And they did mess up the virus at least, so they
Yeah,
can't use that.
they can't use the virus because the Krall accidentally destroyed it and got exposed to it themselves, which is still strange, but
Yeah.
it's such a sudden end too, because oh no, like after all this, Guy Crayford died, and but it's okay because Stigron died, and the androids are stopped. We won. Suddenly, they're literally like already back at the TARDIS. They're like, "Oh, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. You got to take me home. Oh, sure, I'll take you home. Oh, well then, okay." It's like you you're not even gonna use Harry and Benton to say goodbye to them again. You're not
Yeah.
gonna have a scene explaining what went on or how to remember Guy Crayford and what happened with him. He just unceremoniously dies after learning he's been used the
Yeah.
whole time. Like
It's so
Terry
weird to me that
Nation, I don't know, man.
yeah, it's so weird to me that Harry and Benton don't even say goodbye. You know, this is their last appearance and they don't even say goodbye or anything.
It's because they basically said goodbye last time. Well,
Yeah.
Benton didn't, but
I know Benton's actor felt like he didn't really like doing this one because it felt weird to not have the Brigadier there with him.
yeah, very understandable. It's one of the few stories where it's him without the brig, so
Yeah. I did like the only good part about the android doctor is that I liked the scene where android Benton is fooled by the regular doctor and then shoots
yes,
the android doctor, and then the android doctor's like, are you satisfied?
that was a
that scene's
great
good.
scene, but that's like the only purpose it served. I also
Yeah.
note too, they made a second android Sarah Jane, who then proceeds to never appear.
Yeah.
Like she gets out with the doctor, the android doctor even helps her out, and then she never appears again.
Yeah.
So what's the point? Like there's so many cool things you could do with the idea of doppelgangers. Like we've had it with the Autons in Modern Who. We have it with the Flesh, with the Matt Smith story. We have like several stories that play on this same kind of idea that I think do it far better, because ultimately here the only time any of these people being androids actually matters is when a few of them are getting successfully replaced. But
Yeah.
ultimately, they could have actually just invaded with,
Yeah.
like, shapeless androids, and they would have gotten to the same point.
Also, like why do they even need to replace people when they have a virus that will just wipe out all life on the
No,
planet?
exactly. Exactly. That's what I don't get. Like, there's no point in the replacement, because everything they're doing is kind of a violent takeover anyway. Because they
Yeah.
replace almost everyone on the base, except for, like, two people.
Like, really, the replacement is just so that they can get Crayford to work with them, but then they don't even need Crayford to work with them. They can just invade the planet and win. And there you go, you're done.
Yeah, it's very strange. Um, I definitely think the first half of the story has a lot going for it, but whew, does the second half and final episode really fumble it?
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, because I wanted to like the story, but I came out of
Yeah.
it fairly disappointed.
And apparently, the Kralls never reappear in any medium until 2012 with a big
Really?
finish audio with the Fourth Doctor.
Wow.
So, like, it took like 30 years before anybody wanted to use them for anything.
That's so weird, because they had so much potential as well.
Yeah.
But, okay.
And the inspiration for this was that uh, the Soviet Union would make makeshift Western towns for training purposes. And that's what
Yeah.
inspired the
Yeah, that makes
Terry Nation
sense.
to write this. There were also just like a lot of little lines in this that I liked as well. Like, is that finger loaded?
There's a lot of good one-liners. I will agree. There's a lot of good one-liners.
And right at the start, watch the bramble. Ow, told you to watch the bramble. The Doctor has so many good one-liners. The Fourth Doctor here.
He does. He's definitely
Very good
like
with that.
comfortably comedically in the role.
Yeah. And I just liked like the calendar, July 6 cards, and then there's another July 6. He says
It just
it's a
keeps
village
going,
without a
yeah.
future. But yeah, it's a very good first half of the story, and then a very messy second half.
Yeah, and that's very unfortunate.
Yeah. And it
But I
really
think,
just kind of sucks that, this is the final appearance of Harry and Benton.
yeah,
They don't really do much.
they don't do much. They're severely underutilized, and it really could have been anyone other than them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think this Terry Nation story, one of his few non-Dalek stories, I might unfortunately say it's a bit of a bust.
Yeah.
I think I had a lot of ideas, but boy, did I not know where to go with those ideas. Because first
Yeah.
half, so cool, but then they had to do something with it, and you went, I only have 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I do think it could have done more with at least one more episode. Because you could have had more time for these characters, for these tricks, for the replacements. You could have had a lot more going on with those, with at least one more episode.
Yeah. I feel like it also would have been just an interesting story if they just like never actually got to Earth and the Doctor stopped them before they got there.
Yeah.
You could have done
My,
more
my
there.
hope, my hope after the first 2 episodes was that they were never going to get to Earth, and that the the fact that the androids have like the memories, I was hoping that we were going to see Harry and Benton's androids kind of gain a level of sentience to work with them out of their memories with
Yeah.
the Doctor. Which would have been cool, but oh well.
Yeah. I did also note that Harry Sullivan has a line where he says, "Aliens may already be among us,"
Yes.
which is funny from a modern perspective.
It is quite funny from a modern perspective. It's also kind of silly when you find out the one who said that wasn't, he was literally cluing the doctor in, the doctor
Yeah,
into it. Literally,
they
they already were.
they were just waiting for the robot doctor to show up with the gun. And I like how the one of the crawls mentions that like the doctor has a history of opposition to conquest and libertarian causes, so we can't let him live. He
They were
always
very
stops
quick
invasions.
to try and kill him. But boy, was Crayford naive.
Yeah, I didn't have any more notes on this story. That's all I
Yeah.
had.
That's all I had. I wanted to like it, but unfortunately not. A
Yeah,
poor final appearance from Harry and Benton.
I'll definitely
But
miss
that,
Benton in particular because
yeah,
Benton was so good. In
Benton was so good. I honestly am going to miss him because I think him being so different from the Brigadier was very, very good, and having him as a recurring
yeah,
character for so long was very nice. I just wish
yeah,
he had time to be a companion at some point, properly so.
yeah. And then obviously Ian Marter passed away in the mid '80s
Yeah.
from a heart attack. He did write a book called Harry Sullivan's War, which is
Huh.
like I think it's like Harry Sullivan after he's left, like after everything he's seen on TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I think he was working on a sequel when he passed away. But yeah,
Oh.
he did write. He's one of the few actors who also went on to write something.
Neat. I know. Most recently, Alex Kingston did that for River Song.
Yeah, she's done a couple. I think she did a couple of them. Like the recent one is the second book that she wrote, I think. And
Mm.
obviously we have like, Mark Gatiss is a writer for Doctor Who,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and also an actor.
Well, I think that'll bring us over to news because there's been a bit of news. So I'll toss that over
Yeah.
to you, Joy.
Yep. So earlier in the year, we mentioned that there's going to be like a preschoolers Doctor Who spinoff on CBeebies, which is like the BBC's, children's channel. And we now have the news that it's being produced by Blue Zoo Animation Studio. I can't say I know anything about them because like all the other shows that they've done are, children's shows that I don't watch.
Yeah. No idea,
But
unfortunately.
yeah, we know it's going to be 2 seasons of 26 episodes each, which are all 11 minutes long.
Hmm.
And I think it's supposed to come out like within the next 2 years or so.
Huh.
Although
Okay.
obviously they're only like just getting started and producing it now. So
Yeah. It'll be a bit. I'm sure there'll be like cute little things, but they're not gonna be like anything substantial.
yeah, I'll definitely check it out when it comes out. But obviously it's for preschoolers, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be very simple.
They're if there were Daleks, they're not killing anyone.
Yeah, I'm curious to know like which doctor it will be, or like will it just be like all the doctors in different episodes, or how are they going to approach that? I guess we'll
That
find
would
out.
be cute if it was a bunch of different doctors imparting each doctor imparting different lessons, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I saw people online talking about how like you could technically help kids learn how to count by having 15 different doctors.
Yeah, or
They can tell
more
you
than
numbers.
that later on. The further in we go.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see about that one.
Yeah, it should be something cute though.
And there has been a lot of Big Finish news recently too,
Mm-hmm.
where uh, uh, there was a free 13th Doctor story that came out not long ago, which is the Wednesday that wasn't, where every year they do like a contest where people can like submit ideas for stories, and then
Oh, it was a
like
short
whoever
trips.
whoever wins that gets their story made into a short trips, and that's what that
Yeah.
one was. And then we also have the news that they're doing a 12th Doctor line of stories. It's not with Peter Capaldi though, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we're getting a whole line of 12th Doctor audios where I think it's supposed to be set like after the wedding of, or not the Husbands of River song.
Yeah, it's before he meets Bill, but it's before he meets Bill after Clara, basically.
Yeah, and after River.
Yeah.
And then we also have the news where they announced Unit Era, or Unit Eras, I think is what it was called. And then
Yeah.
the interesting
Units
thing to
Eras
note,
Tour.
the interesting thing to note about that is that there's a 15th Doctor era story in there, which normally they don't get the rights to that until the showrunners leave. So that's a bit interesting. Like it's about Mel and the Vlinks in Unit Tower, and it's just interesting note because, like, you know, like they only got the 9th Doctor after Russell T Davies left. They only got the 11th Doctor after Moffat left.
Yeah.
And now they're getting the 15th Doctor era already. That's a bit weird.
It might be RTD fast tracking it, like RTD specifically signing off on it, but
yeah, it might imply that RTD is leaving, or it's the first time this has ever happened where they've gotten the rights to an era while it's still technically ongoing.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's RTD trying to add more to the library of Doctor Who and signing off on things because of the the year we're gonna have. But
yeah, technically, like they did have 13th Doctor audio stories announced before it was over, but like we already knew it was ending at the time.
Right.
I think it was like February of the last year.
Right.
They announced it. But yeah, it's interesting to note that we already have 15th Doctor era stuff, which means technically maybe they'll try to get Shooty to come in and do a story or two.
God, I hope so. He needs more.
Like I know people are saying that, like, obviously he's wanting to do movies and stuff right now, but I mean he was doing a stage play until November, so technically he's been free for a couple months.
Man, I just hope the Big Finish era of Doctor Who keeps going strong, because it's been pretty good.
Yeah, we'll just note here that we're also recording an episode about the war between land and the sea. For now, we will post it for free on our Patreon, and we're not going to put it on YouTube until like it's out, or the show's out internationally, because it's not out internationally yet.
Yeah, we want to wait a little bit for that. We want to talk about it while it's relevant, but we want to wait to put it out for everyone until, you know, everyone actually gets a chance to watch it. So,
yeah,
depending on when, because as of recording this episode right here, they still have not announced when they're doing that, releasing it internationally. Yeah. By the time y'all get to watch our episode of War Between Land and the Sea, it might be quite old, potentially.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll just put it on the Patreon, and I think we'll probably just put it on there for free. So if you just go to the Patreon, you'll just find it there. So by the time this is out, it's probably already up on there.
Speaking of course, if you want to support us on this journey to classic Doctor Who and in general Doctor Who, you can support us on Patreon. Our lowest tier, which I believe is just $1 a month, gets you into our Discord, where we'll be encouraging discussion between our episodes, you know, the ones that we're currently watching, or maybe you're catching up and watching some other ones. And you also get early access to these podcast recordings basically as soon as they're done. And then our higher tier at $5 a month, companion tier, you'll be able to watch us live as we record, where we have a little side text chat, and you could tell us that the android invasion is Terry Nation's best story, and, I don't know, Harry and Benton got what they deserved? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, Joy, why don't you let everybody know what we need for the next episode? Not counting War Between Land and the Seas episode. The next, like, classic Who episode here for us.
Yep. So our next episode will be on The Brain of Morbius and The Seeds of Doom. So The Brain of Morbius is a 4-parter, and obviously everybody knows a detail from that story, which is past doctors appear for a brief moment. And then The Seeds of Doom is a 6-parter, and that will finish off season 13. I believe it is a unit story, but it's a unit story without anybody recognizable from unit.
Wow. So it's not
And
a
this
very
is, I
good
think
unit
this is
story.
it's when the Fourth Doctor officially decides to quit unit, I believe.
Ah, okay.
I will note that the Seeds of Doom is not on BBC iPlayer because
Oh,
it's the same writer as Terror of the Zygons, and I guess his estate has just been difficult to work with or something. So
fun.
you'll have to find it elsewhere.
We love when Classic Who is complicated and difficult to watch. Yay.
Yeah. I don't know much about Seeds of Doom's plot, though. I don't know much. Oh, I know the Brain of Morbius is also where, I forget what they're called, but like the people that are in the Night of the Doctor with the Eighth Doctor regeneration, like the women from that, they're
Oh, yes.
like that group of people are introduced in the Brain of Morbius. I know that.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know how different they are from their Modern Who incarnation, but like that group of people is from here.
Let me Google this name to make sure it's correct before I say completely the wrong thing. Yes, the Sisterhood of Karn. Okay.
Yeah, Sisterhood of Karn
Okay.
are in Brain of Morbius, I believe.
Okay, interesting. I
I think they're like his
genuinely
followers.
didn't know they were a classic thing.
Yeah, I think they're the followers of Morbius, is what they are essentially.
Okay, they later on become the Sisterhood of Karn.
I think so, something like that. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Should be interesting.
Yeah, and we're almost at the end of Sarah Jane's time on the show.
Oh wow! How many more
She's in the
does
first-
she have after these?
She's in the first 2 of next season, and then
Oh wow!
the Doctor leaves her behind.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow. We've had her for quite some time too, so.
It felt like the Fourth Doctor's era has just gone so fast. I don't know.
I think the pacing of the stories in general have been much quicker. That's why.
Yeah. And I think season 12 being like one interconnected story makes it feel short.
Yeah. Yep. That definitely does that. All right. Well, then, before our next episode, make sure to watch The Brain of Morbius and The Seeds of Doom. I want to say you can find those on the BBC iPlayer, but well, you might
Yeah.
have to look elsewhere for those. And of course, if you support us on Patreon for just $1 a month, you'll gain access to our Discord and early access to these episodes. I have been Tris. You can find me on real socials at Toontris.
And I've been Joy. You can find me at Joy Content.
And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.